Hey, what's going on, everybody? So our friends over at SuperClean sent us email saying, hey, we want you to try out our stuff. And they sent some degreaser and some other stuff, and I was thinking, I got grease, so why not? But I've seen a bunch of people testing this stuff out, and everybody likes it, and then says it works really well. I think we're gonna put it to the test. I mean, we're gonna run it through the ringer and see how this stuff really does. Shoot, let's get busy. For this wheel polishing stuff, we're gonna have to go to on location because I got something. All right, this is a Peterbilt 389 2019. She's got the big Cumming 550 some, horsepower. She's a beast. 10 speed. All right, we're gonna use the wheel cleaner and we're gonna test on her. So we'll do one wheel so we can have a little comparison. When I put a couple coats on, use the brush on it because it was wanting to streak because they're so bad. I mean, the chrome cap and the chrome nuts, I mean, they shine up real nice, and you can see where it kind of ran down, and it definitely needs some more work, but it looks way better than that. We came out this morning and the oil container kind of leaked a little bit. Let's pour some SuperClean absorbent on there and see what happens. All right, we'll let her sit a while and come back and check it out. After doing the wheels on the work truck, I was gonna make a stupid mosquito. I was going to do a video on this subject. I guess I have probably 25 years of metal refinishing experience. I used to work in a custom wheel shop. We polished all kinds of stuff. Metal etching, bronze, brass, aluminum. I also worked in a plating shop. Motorcycles, swing arms, side plates, alternators, intake manifolds, you name it, Back in the 90s, polished aluminum was the thing to have. But I still like it. But it is just absolutely a nightmare to maintain. I'm definitely not an expert in anything, but I've seen some polishing. But this aluminum polishing cleaners. Now you could tell on that wheel, the chrome cap and the chrome lug nuts, they brightened up and they were just beautiful, So I'm sure you get on a coated wheel that's just full of dirt and brake dust, and it's gonna be beautiful, just like everyone else, has showed you, But when it comes to untreated aluminum, you got to be really, 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 really careful on bare aluminum because they all have acid in them. A little bit, I'm sure everyone's got their formula, but there's a little bit of something in there, and that's what eats that and makes that bright. So word of advice on using using the spray cleaner on the wheels, if it's bare aluminum, you don't want to do it in the direct sun where it's, the wheel is warm. You want to keep the wheel cool and keep it outside, because when I sprayed the front wheel, I did a little tester right when I got to work in the morning. It was about 65 and it was nice and cool. And I sprayed a little bit on there and it worked really well, and I wiped it off and it looked pretty kind of polished, You didn't get that white bleachy acid, look. But when I did the back wheel on the other side, it was later in the day. It was a little warmer and the sun was shining on there. And when I sprayed that on there, aluminum, when it gets hot, those pores open up and it just sucked at it right in. and it dried like in 30 seconds. And then I had to keep spraying it there to get it even. And I used the brush, you know, it shined it up, but it got that white acid deal on there. So if you keep it in the shade, on the shady side, and keep the sun off of it, and if you can do it first thing in the morning, that's great. But you don't want to heat that up and then spray that on there, because it'll just that aluminum will just suck that right in, and it just start etching the aluminum. So that's on bare aluminum that's not coated. You know, your newer cars with the wheels and that stuff, you know, they got clear coat on there, and that's why this doesn't hurt that. You can spray that on there and it just gets all that crud off there, but it doesn't affect the clear coat. So just a little advice on that. Do it first thing in the morning when it's nice and cool. Blah, blah. I thought there was going to be burnouts on this video. Come on, man. Whatever. Okay, so what happened here is, you know, we put the stuff down there. I let it set a couple days. Didn't pick it up. I was like, you know, let it soak up. But then it rained and some water seeped in, and then it soaked up all the water. Let me tell you, anything liquid, it'll absorb. So I scooped it up and threw it away, and it, you know, of course, it was all wet right here, and it looked like some of the oil had seeped back out. And so I added some more, and then it's been sitting there for like a couple, 3 days. So see what it looks like. Shoot, that's still good, because I think the first time around got it all. I mean, this concrete is super, super porous. I'm happy with that. It looks pretty good. Again, that's the floor dry. So it's kind of perfect timing, you know, doing, you know, I've had this stuff for a little while, and I've been, you know, I did that. Shoot, that was like 3 weeks ago, and I did the wheels today, and now it's the perfect opportunity, because I'm going to pull these motors out and tear them apart. But there's, you know, grease is just caked on the bottom for like 20, 30 years worth of caked, you know. So let's get after that. Come on. Probably gonna take a couple coats. Take a break. Coffee. Shoot, I'm gonna try this on a barbecue. Barbecue, brakes, engines. No matter which direction, it comes right back at you, man. Yep, that's right. Let me give you some. Now this aluminum trim on the Chevelle, see, you can see it rubbing off just a little bit right there. It's anodized. So if you wanted, you could take the anodize off. That would clean that up really nice. And you can either polish it or you can Scotch-Brite it. This is definitely stainless. This is off the 57 Chevy. And you can see stainless does not do what aluminum does. Stainless will hold its polish for a long time. Now you can see that this is still shiny, but the reason why it's kind of dull looking, I mean, you got to get really close. You see all these little scratches? That's what dulls it down. So, I mean, you could put polish on there and it would brighten up, but if you put this on the buffer, or maybe sand these little scratches out, this will look like a mirror again. So I love stainless, and it keeps so well and stays shiny forever, just as long as you don't scratch it. You know, since the beginning of time, since the first person buffed aluminum, people have been trying to come up with ways to bring that luster back after it tarnishes. You know, you got the mothers, and you got, you know, all kinds of stuff, all kinds of sprays. there's stuff that, will clean it really well, but nothing that will, when it's really tarnished, will bring it back to that luster mirror finish. The only thing that'll do it is that the root stone and the buffing wheel, powered. But like I said, I'm rambling here, and I'm going to do a whole video on using the buffer and polishing. I got a couple little projects of something that's painted, that's aluminum, that we're going to strip the paint off. We're going to bring the metal up, and we're going to stick it on the buffer, and it's pretty cool. So but I'm going to go over the procedures on that, and you can apply that to anything, your trim on your car, trim on the grill. I hope this helped some people out. I mean, a lot of people probably already know this. Some people probably don't. But don't be spraying that stuff on your raw metal, because it's got acid in it. Unless you're really, really, really careful and keep it, just do one wheel at a time. Spray it on there. Keep your eye on it. Get it off. And it'll brighten it up. I appreciate everybody watching. And, go out yourself, get some of that super clean stuff. It seems to work pretty good. But we'll catch you on the next video. Sure, I got grease. So, don't want to drink it. Blah, blah, blah. Where's the burnouts, man? Come on. Oh, it's biodegradable detergent, so, don't worry about the ground. Just all the grease that falls off. Nothing